What's up, guys? It's Ash. Alright, so something new for the channel, something new for my 10 subscribers. We're going to look at replay here. It's a 3v3. We're going to analyze it. We're going to break it down. We're going to look at the things that we do good and the things that we need to work on. This is Vulture Culture. That's the team name. We're really just four guys that enjoy playing Rocket League. Right now, we're all at the Challenger Leader level, and kind of for most of us moving forward, or actually for all of us moving forward, we need to play more as a team. Kind of before that, we could just, rely on individual skill and go into God mode and expect to win, but against a fundamentally sound opponent, we don't really stand a chance against that. So, we do have 4 people on the team, and I say that we all have 4 different play styles. I'd say Chris and Sky's are pretty similar, but the rest of ours are kind of different. I would say Dusty and I are extensive. We're more of the defensive-minded players, and then Chris and Sky are fair, and Squirrels are more of the offensive players. In this replay, it is Bear, Extensive, and Hash Brown. And so just so you can kind of get to know us, Chris is more of our striker. He's exceptional at shots from weird angles in the air, and he rotates well. Also, from like the time he spends at the bar, he's pretty dang good. Then you have Extensive, and that's Dusty. I would say he's more of our playmaker, and also a really good defensive presence. His style of play is kind of more based on effort and beating the opponent in a submission. We kind of like to call him our pit bull. And then you have myself. And I like to base my play more on positioning and kind of forcing my opponents into thinking and making mistakes. I'd say out of the 4 of us, my ground game is the best, but my air game needs a little bit of work to get on my teammates' level. I'd also say I'm probably the most patient player and also the most analytical, which I guess is why I'm doing this. For myself, like my goal for season 3 is to get into the blue ranks, and it's a different game kind of once you get up there. So we're gonna work on this. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, so on the face-off, we have Chris on the right diagonal. I'm on the center left, and then Dusty's in the far back. Whoops, what am I doing? Okay, so Dusty hangs back, gets a second hit, and I rotate into goal. Alright, so right off the bat, pretty decent rotation. Dusty's going to lead in, or I guess Dusty's not going to lead in, but decides to rotate back. So I lead in. Okay, we should have a rotation here. So I should be falling back. Instead I kind of intersect. I'm again the lead. Dusty's third back. Okay, so right here, Dusty should be rotating in to get this next hit, and then Chris should be falling back. Okay, so let's see how we transition into defense. Chris gets a good hit. It's buys me time to get into goal. And okay, so pretty good rotation. Right here, Chris gets the lead in. I get the clear. Dusty rotates in the third position. Okay, this is Dusty's hit. Okay, so we get a center. You don't play the ball right off the bat. I would say Chris would be too far away, and also where the ball's at. Playing better to play positionally there. I'm third back. Okay, so right here I should know that my teammates are rotating back, and I should be attacking this, or at least trying to hold it in. Okay, Chris is grabbing boost and rotating in the goal. Decent rotation. So one key is that we want to play defense from the inside out, and right here, since we rotate, we do have the opportunity to do that. Dusty's rotating back into goal. I get the clear. And then Chris should get the follow-up. Alright, so I'm not big on the positioning and the spacing right here. I just have one man to beat, and it looks like I am going to beat him. Dusty should be playing right about here by that boost, and then Chris should be rotating back. I think Chris is rotating back. Dusty's just waiting on him, but really, in my opinion, I think Dusty should be charging up forward. Okay, good rotation. Okay, again, good play by Chris. This is mine since Dusty's in the goal. And we're able to clear it. So, yeah, really good rotation here. We'll go back and watch this. So Chris gets the, buys us time to rotate in. And since he does, and since Dusty rotates in the goal, I'm able to play this from the inside out. I don't get it, but I do screw up whatever they're trying to do. That is Chris's. I'm in support. Dusty's in the third position. Okay, so right here, there is a problem right here, right? Both of us shouldn't be going up for this. I am closer to it, so this should likely be mine. Chris is rotating back, which is good. Dusty should really be more grounded right here. Had he stayed grounded, he gets his next hit. Okay, so we do lose offensive pressure. Okay, decent rotation. Okay, so right here is not good position by all of us. Let me see exact. Okay, right there, Dusty instead of should be rotating back myself as well. That way, so Chris is able to play that. Actually, I guess Chris got knocked out of goal. Okay, so Dusty gets the lead in. Chris and I rotate, and we're able to clear it. Okay, so decent play. Decent, good spacing too, and good positioning. This should be my hit, and this should be Dusty's. Okay, excellent. Chris is rotating really well this game. We do get a lead in. We have a empty net opportunity. Chris is going to center, and then okay, so right here, this is my hit, and I really should at least challenge it. Instead I don't. Let me see exactly what happens here. Okay, so I stop it, and I get a center. I switch out, so this is Dusty's hit. Not a great shot. And then if you look at blue, both of them go for the ball. But not a bad play. I mean, not the worst we could do. Okay. So let's just look at the rotation on this. They get a poor clear, and then I'm able to put it in the center. So decent rotation right here, good rotation. As I get the clear, Chris gets the next hit. They're kind of out of position. Croc 1000 is going to have to go up to block this, and it's an empty net. Dusty's in the third position, and he'll be able to hold. If they were to get it clear, he'd be able to hold it in. Okay, on our next face-off, 2 on the diagonal, and I'm in the back. Chris goes back for boost. And we do miss the lead in here. Okay, I rotate to the second. This should be Dusty's. And good rotation on Dusty's part and my part. I don't have a play on this. Dusty does. Chris is... Where is Chris? Chris is way upfield. I guess he's looking for a pass. And he rotates back. Okay. Good rotation here. Chris just misplaced the ball. Okay, so I rotate back to goal. Ooh, yeah, terrible. So I get bumped, and then I try to get back in the position, but Chris has already rotated there. Not a great play. And then I would say Dusty doesn't need to be hitting this too. I think had we rotated better, we would have been able to get the ball out of our zone. Alright, so next face up, I'm on the diagonal. Dusty's on the right back, and then Chris is far back. The ball should be going to the right. Okay, so much better on this face off. Okay, Chris goes back for boost. I think he might have missed it and then realized the ball was coming back. We do get a decent clear. I rotate to goal. Dusty's in behind me, so I'm able to rotate out and attack this, which I missed. Excellent rotation here. Okay, it looks like Chris got demoed. So not the greatest play here. Dusty's already turned back for the goal. But I think had he would have stayed kind of put and waited to see what happened, we might have been able to clear this before it gets to the corner. Okay, Chris rotates in and just let him intersect. Okay, so I got the lead in this time. Okay, they're way out of position. Chris gets a good pass, a good center, decent center. A little hard to tell from the angle I had. Okay, terrible challenge for me. So I don't know if you can see the distance between Rots and myself. It's pretty easy to tell that he's going to get this. Okay, Chris rotates in. This is Chris's. I think Dusty gets knocked. So right now we're not able to rotate the way that we should. Okay, so it's a decent challenge right here. Instead of the ball being in our zone, it actually is more of a 50-50. Okay, I'm rotating in so Chris can rotate out. little scary at the end. All right, overtime. Okay, Dusty cheats up, and then I go for boost. Right off the bat, we didn't win the face-off, and we're having to fall back into defense. Okay, decent rotation, just misplayed it. Okay, so right here, somebody should be rotating back to goal, which Chris is nearest, which he should be rotating to goal, and then Dusty should be, yeah, not great right there. Dusty gets the lead in. We're not able to hold it up, and I think part of the reason why is I'm going for a pass. Chris does play third position, right? We're not able to hold it in. They do get a center, but I do think for our defense that we need to challenge things like that. Okay, good rotation here. Okay, excellent. Okay, so right here, Chris should, I guess he's waiting on a pass, but Chris should be rotating back that way, so it allows me to come in. It's a good block. Okay, Dusty's rotating in, which allows me to come out. Okay, so we should have been far more aggressive. I don't know how I land. I don't land good. Chris should be attacking this. He does. Never mind. Had I hit it a little bit better towards Dusty, we would have had a shot. Okay, so decent clear to buy time. Okay, Dusty's rotating out, which means I'm second in. Okay, now I'm first in. Okay, this is Dusty's. Good 50-50. Another good 50-50. This should be Chris's. Okay, but see, this is a good example of why you rotate. Since we are rotating well right here, we're able to keep pressure on them. Even though we miss on the third attempt, and they do get the clear on it, we're able to at least, you know, buy us some time and put, you know, keep the pressure on the other team. Ooh. Okay, so this is very risky, just because there's nobody rotated in. We do rotate back in time, though. Okay, another good rotation. I think Chris actually bullies this guy a little bit. Yeah. So. Yeah, we just kind of end up in the wrong space. Should never have two people in the corner. I was trying to center it, but you know, Dusty was kind of playing third position, so probably wouldn't have gotten a shot. Okay, good lead in. All right, so let's look here. Since Dusty's in third position and rotates up to first, and actually gets a really good play on this. Chris, although he doesn't get this next initial hit, he applies the pressure and actually gets a demo out of it. And since they all went up, it leaves us with a wide open net. And we're able to win the game. So, decent rotation. There are a few things we need to work on. Not our best game per se, but I mean, I have seen us play a lot worse rotation and position wise, but yeah, the rotation does work, and it does put us in the best possible position to make plays on the ball. All right, guys, that's it for now. See y'all tomorrow. Take care, guys.